Oh yes, it's the end of the year, end of the decade, which means it's time to make some vids where I go reflective and talk about shit that happened over the last year. But as we stumble into 2020, who makes the best 4K camera? Who makes the best still/video camera hybrid thing? It would be this one. Jeez, you can make anything look dodgy by censoring it. But before we get to that point, this video is sponsored by Skillshare, an online learning community where you can learn new skills as well as teach stuff with over 25,000 classes in all different areas from photography, videography, business, design and more. And you can get access to all of that stuff with the premium membership, which costs less than $10 per month. But you lucky guys can get a free trial for 2 months by clicking the link in the description box below. Let's carry on with the video. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Best how? Best camera? What's the best camera? The best camera is the one that you have with you, obviously, isn't it? While I was away in Asia recently, I bought my best camera.
Oh, my lens cap is on.
Professional vlogger.
And oh yeah, someone's new
Camera. I bought an RX100
Mark VII.
Yes.
With my input.
I just had to buy a camera while I was here. You know, some people buy souvenirs, I buy cameras. Every time I go travelling, I got an RX100 VII. This is lot.
Yeah, I actually
reads it.
It's important. That one is not for water landing. So if we land on water, run for the front, unless the front is on fire.
Locke is like the most useful person to sit next to on the plane, just in case if you see him on the plane.
Also,
sit next to this guy.
Some of them open up to the right, some of them open to the left. So it's good to remember this one is right. So when you're in a panic, right.
Handsome guy on the left, next to the weird looking guy on the right. It's just an excellent camera to take on your travels, small and got all the focal lengths. If we're talking about, you know, best camera is the one that you have with you, then this is the best. Just bought it, you know, on holiday. Don't want to buy crappy postcards from Hong Kong. Lived there for 10 years, don't need it. Buy a camera instead.
We do this.
Yeah. Yes, and how best was that camera exactly?
But what did you find out with the RX100 VII?
And the battery life is just it's like in Hollywood, it's like in John Woo movies.
But how many you go through?
5 batteries, all used up yesterday. I mean, sure, the battery life sucks, but the important thing is it's small, it's compact, it doesn't get in the way of your vlogging, and that's the most important thing with vlogging, not like image quality, performance and stuff like that, right? Low light video quality is not going to be great with such a tiny sensor. It'll be better than a phone, but it'll be as noisy as hell still. I think that might make you poo your pants, Jonathan. There's a glass bottom here. It does feel odd. It wobbles a bit.
I think you're imagining it.
It definitely wobbles a bit.
I don't think it's wobble.
Then stabilization isn't strong enough to provide smooth handheld 4K footage, and the same strong rolling shutter in 4K. Well, of course not. It can't be best 4K camera of the year just by adding a mic jack and having fancy IAF algorithms. No, it has to be the complete package. Focus is great with the IAF, but that pretty much sums up Sony's video mode for the year. It was all about IAF and real-time tracking and flippy screens, so it wasn't really Sony's year for video. But what about, Canon? Here it is, in all its cheapness, and I don't mean that as just a diss, but in terms of its price tag, it's fairly reasonably priced. And you know what? I quite like the body of the ESRP pictures. That's not the bullshit detector going off. I honestly believe it. I think it's not bad. Better than the ESI. It doesn't have that weird, quasi-futuristic touch bar shit going on the back. And what's more, the great thing is this is nice and compact and small, just as a mirrorless camera should be. So when we put the mirrorless lens on, that should be fantastic, right? Yeah, I mean, you could almost use that for vlogging. Well, perhaps the Canon EOS RP wouldn't be it as well, with the weird 4K crop and the irritating selective crippling of the camera. 4K video quality is reasonable but nothing to shout about. The crop is something to cry about though, as is the rolling shutter. But you know what the most irritating thing about the EOS RP is? That it's just boring. I actually started to shoot a review of it and I got bored of it and stopped. But you know, the best news that Canon had with video feature related news over the past year is that they added back 1080 24p, which they didn't put in the first place. I mean, that's like taking your kidney out and then putting it back in and saying, yay, you've got 2 kidneys now. Brilliant. Life's great with 2 kidneys, isn't it? But still, there are plenty of Canon fanboys that will stick with the brand and keep moaning, mainly because of dual pixel autofocus and that color science that they just seem to love so much, even though there are other cameras that have some nice color science too. Like Fujifilm perhaps, colors nice, AF superb, but the X-T30 is same but less stuff than the X-T3 of last year. Sure, they did medium format 4K vid, but still not enough. But then what else has there been? The Sigma FP, haven't tested it. The Z-Cams, BMP-CCs, well, they're more video-centric. They're not stills cameras as well. So I'm kind of excluding. So what is the best 4K camera of 2019? Well, it's this. Essentially what the Panasonic S1H is just an oversized GH5. It's a big ass GH5 with a big ass sensor. And it really does have a big butt. It has a huge camera fleshy ass. Look at the chunkiness of that. I mean, some of that chunkiness is due to the fact that this has a fan inside of it. And also this tilty flippy screen is just kind of bolted onto the back. It looks exactly like the GH5 screen. It looks like they just got that from the GH5 parts bin and thought, shall we make a new one? No, let's just use the GH5 flippy screen. Even though I mock this tilty flippy screen, it is a smart design. I mean, when you put your HDMI cable in that socket, you can flip the screen out, push it back like this, and it doesn't block. Well, it still blocks it, but you can move it a bit further out of the way. But I have no doubt in my mind right now that this is the best consumer slash prosumer DSLR slash mirrorless camera for shooting video. While I was in Hong Kong with Locke, we used a Panasonic S1H to shoot a couple of videos, and me and Locke were both very impressed with it. Boom, dual card slots which you can record to both at the same time. It just looks like one giant GH5 slash GH5S. It even has a little red button here and a little red ring around the mode dial, just like the GH5S. But within this body, you get 5-axis stabilization. You don't get that with your GH5S, do you? It's just so smooth. I think for video, this is the best stabilization I've seen on the full frame camera. Even with walkie-talkie shots, it does a great job of making it look a lot less jarring. You still get some of that wide-angle wobbliness that you see on the GH5 though. But this would be the vlogging lens of choice, and yeah. I think it's pretty good. A pretty good setup.
16 to 35 f for the new Panasonic Series S Pro lens.
Yes, within that gargantuan body lies one big full-frame sensor. On the front, we have an L-mount, which is in conjunction with Sigma and Leica, which is a smart move because Panasonic down the middle, Leica more expensive, more luxurious, Sigma slightly more affordable. And when you create a new system, the one thing you're short of is new lenses. So when you share a mount that is already being used by Leica, you're already starting the system with plenty of lenses to choose from, even if they are bloody expensive. It's a big solid body that feels like a workhorse of a camera. Ergonomically, feels great in the hands, big grip, buttons and dials all in the right place, and I like this big, huge negative screen here for all your information on the top. But one thing is, even though this is a mirrorless camera, it is not mirrorless in size, not mirrorless in weight. I think it's bigger than the 5D Mark IV and it's heavier than the 5D Mark IV.
Actually, my hand is shaking right now. So actually, it's not too bad, the weight, but
kind of bad. Too. There we are.
Oh my God.
So this is, the colour looks a bit different. This is your Cinelike D?
No, XLG.
Okay, yeah, mine's on Cinelike D. I'm using the GH5. Tried and trusted vlogging camera. I think still it could be the best 4K camera you could get for your money. But then we've got this. Oh my God, Locke's not even holding it.
Oh, actually, I was pretending.
floating camera. Why is it dark? It's so dark, isn't it?
Oh, this is better.
You'd expect it to, as it weighs a ton.
So guys doing some kind of what 2 minutes challenge.
And the hand is
It's about to fall off.
and the camera getting closer and closer.
It's all about the wrist. I've had years and years of kind of wrist exercise.
7 seconds,
So-
6 seconds,
5.
4, 3, 2, 1. Nail it!
Yes, and then my arm snapped off after this. It really has it all, well, almost everything. I mean, it doesn't have good autofocus, and they always continue to call it something fancy, but essentially what it is contrast detect autofocus. And I find it doesn't work very well. Now, I think the S1H is probably the best. It is the best current 4K camera you can get. For your money?
Yeah.
Well, not for your money,
I mean,
but
with,
just in terms of features.
For a camera.
Yeah.
I mean, not a cine camera.
No.
As a camera is everything I can think of that I want. Well, actually, you can throw in a face detection.
No need to throw it in, just place it inside a camera's fine. The thing is, sometimes it works well, really well, but there are other times when it should be so easy for the camera to focus, but it just seems to be daydreaming. See how many megapixels? How many megapixels is it? It's 20, is it?
I don't know, it doesn't matter. I forgot.
I love how you just managed to
doesn't-
make it sound
it
like it
doesn't
doesn't
matter.
matter, but then he said he forgot. It's more than A7S, I believe.
Yes, yes.
So therefore, it really is a good hybrid camera. It can be good for stills. As
It
well
is.
as, I mean, the GH5, nobody uses it for stills.
Oh,
I think Locke's struggling a bit.
yeah.
I'm just going to keep talking, and hopefully Locke will his arm will snap off completely. A little bit of a rest, an arm switch, and highlight the fact that it isn't just a 4K camera. It's 6K. It's got 6K, but nobody's going to use 6K for vlogging, right?
No, 5.9K, then now I can release 4K and I can still crop in post.
Yeah. And you've got 4K up to 60p, but that 4K 60p is still cropped. It's not full frame. And as been noted that you won't get all-eye 400 Mbps 422. It's a beast of a camera. And I'm not even rolling.
I can share you the footage. Oh, that's why you want a telelab. And also, it's a whole red frame.
I mean, this is really for video geeks, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
just got everything. When you click it to the info screen, it's like a very cam. That's proper cool.
Hang on, everything you can touch there. It can change setting there as well, like ISO, even audio level. You see the audio level, touch it, you can change it.
And I love the screen, there's this kind of flippy outy. I mean, people can say it's a vlogging screen, but it is useful for video. I mean, for people really into video, isn't it? Low down.
And that.
Yeah. That's why camcorders have it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's for vloggers, yeah.
Also, like,
No, let's go.
well, actually, we should go.
You guys should really go in. The Panasonic S1H really is a storming camera for video. For this kind of money, for this kind of camera, this really is the best full frame camera for taking video. That is, unless of course, Sony do something. The thing is, as nice as the S1H is for video, I have a feeling it will remain a bit niche, a bit video geek territory. For those who want stills cameras that can do video, I reckon people are still going to go for the RPs and the Sonys. They're familiar territory. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I really enjoyed filming the RX100 VII. The video quality doesn't wow me and the battery changes were a bit too frequent. But when filming yourself, it's nice to have a camera that just lets you get on and do your thing. Enjoy what you're doing without being constantly reminded that you are carrying a big imaging device in your hands. But if you're looking to shoot full frame video with good colours, a solid workhorse of a body, a lot of the video related features that you might ever need, then I'd thoroughly recommend that you look at one of these. So yes, this video is sponsored by Skillshare. They've got some great classes from professional photographers like Amy Vitale. She's a Nat Geo photographer. Great photographer, great skills, great lessons. And then there's these lessons from adventure photographer Chris Birkin, which is totally rad and stuff like that. But anyway, yes, 2-month free trial. Link in the description below. Thanks for watching. See ya. I reckon in the future, everybody's going to be like this. Legs will just disappear. Well, you still need legs to stand on this, technically, but who needs walking muscles? I'm already half machine, half human. Oh boy. I'm no green screen expert, yeah, but I would have thought that you'd get rid of the green screen bits.
There, man on giveaways can get up shorts. I'm gonna do like a competition. We're gonna play Jackie Chan. Do you want to be yellow Jackie Chan? White Jackie Chan versus Jackie Chan. It says shit above your bar. Oh! He gets up though. Look. Good. I hit you with my arse. Look at that. Have my arse in your face. He can't block the arse to face look. Oh, the arse didn't work anymore. He's doing a Hitler salute. He's doing a Nazi salute. That's not right, is it?